Hi everyone, it's Dawn. I'm sorry for the lack of videos here on YouTube. Life caught up to me, so it's like it needed my attention. One of the things being the tenants union that's in my building that formed last November. We've been having tenants here in my building have been having problems with the corporate landlord, so we're in negotiations of a new contract or an agreement or whatever you're saying, but it's coming close to being a done deal. A lot of things to be ironed out, and I believe it will be soon that it can be set in stone. Other than that, I just want to talk about coin challenges for today. I started this dime challenge last month. With me being on a fixed income, what I'll do is I'll go to the bank and get a certain amount of rolls of dimes and put it in my jar like this, a jar bank. And between last month and this month, with what I've been putting in, I now have $100 in this jar bank, which I'm proud of myself. I haven't dipped into it. And except this bank is starting to be really heavy. But anywho, it's like a visual for me, seeing how I'm progressing on it. I'm also taking a notebook and logging in how much I put into it, so I can not only see it on paper, I can see it growing in the jar. What I'm thinking of doing is I got 3 other jars just like this, three other banks just like this. And my goal, one of the goals for this challenge is to fill each of these banks up with around $250. And you multiply that by 4, that will give me $1,000. So I know it's going to be a slow and steady race, but I know I can do it. And I'm also doing a bingo winnings challenge, to where I'll get rolls of quarters to play bingo with. And whatever I win at bingo, I'll put it into the different bank that I have, is like a square bank, a cube bank, or whatever you want to call it. And so far, I have, since the beginning of last month, in that bank, I have $68.50, which isn't bad. So I now have a total savings of $168.50. One of the goals after doing the challenges is paying off a bill that I really need to get paid off, and then continue building up my savings through dimes and quarters. And this way here I can have the funds that I need in case I need something in the future, or I need something for Cookie, my little cat. And because there have been times to where it's like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? Well, I'm fed up of doing it. I'm fed up with wondering where I'm getting the money. So it's a good thing for me to really refocus my energy, because I felt the last time I did this dime challenge, I failed. I'll admit it, I failed. But I just needed to get up, brush myself off, get up, back on the bike, and start again. And I'm not going to forget about my budget books. I still have a budget book for Cookie, putting in money into that book. I have another book that I want to start saving cash in. in increments of $2. So I have a few envelopes in there so I can make sure I have the money. So it's like I need to get used to saving and get used to developing a habit of saving my money, because I know there are people in this world. There are people who like to squander the money, and then they wonder why they can't get this or that when they need it, which is kind of true, because I used to be like that. I'll admit it, I used to be like that. I'm tired of just, binge purchasing, and now I gotta have a mindset of, do I really need to have this? And do I really need it? Do I really want it? And then I'll just walk away and think about it. If it's still in my head, I'll get it. If I completely forget about it, well, it's for the best that I forget about it. Anyway, I just want to let you know that I'm still alive. I didn't go anywhere. A lot of deep thinking over here and making sure that I can have a game plan where savings and budgeting is concerned. Oh, I got some good news. I was fed up with paying $140 a month for my cell phone plan through Verizon Wireless. I was going to switch over to Cox Mobile, and I worked things out with Verizon, and for the next 6 months, I get 25% off of my bill for 6 months, and then my savings will go even lower on the 7th month, because I got another thing taken off my bill. So I managed to finagle my bill down to under $100 instead of $160. Put it to you this way, I got it under $90. So I'm going to be saving about $50 a month on my cell phone bill, which is good. And I also managed to bring down my cable bill a bit. So that'll be a little extra more money in my SSI, which I'm proud of myself to doing. Because you gotta make sacrifices at times, and it's like, this is one of those times you have to sacrifice and make sure you have cash on hand, especially if something happens to where the power goes out due to weather or whatever, and you need something at the store and the registers are down, or if someone, like one of your neighbors, has something you need, is, hey, could I buy this off of you? You know what I'm saying? You need cash on hand. This way here, it's like give and take, an even deal. And there's another thing I like to discuss. It's like, and it's a common theme among us members of the savings and budgeting community. Go in as, hey, could I have like 10 rolls of dimes and 5 rolls of quarters? And they give you that look as if to say, what on earth are you going to do with all those coins? But you got to they have to think, we're the customer, we're there to do banking business, and that's part of being in the banking world. If a customer requests like a couple of two $100 bills and the rest in tens, fives, and ones, you got to give it to them. That's the same way with coins. Like next month, I'm thinking of maybe getting 8 rolls of dimes put into my bank, and then whatever I have in the $5 increments, like a 10 or 5 or even 5 ones, I'll stick it in here, and then when I'm ready, I'll just bring the bills to the bank, and say, I like to have this many rolls of dimes. And then I can watch it still growing. And this way here, it's like, these tellers are like, what is she going to do with all these coins? You know, like I just said. And to me, and to everybody else here in the community of savings and budgeting, you get to see your coins grow, and you gotta be patient with yourself. That's another thing. Don't rush yourself to see it grow. Pace yourself. It's like growing a plant from a seed. You need to give it some patience and some time, and then you reach your goal of having a plant like a tomato plant or a cucumber plant, or growing stuff like pumpkins for the fall season, or corn, growing corn, and you just can't rush it, because if you rush, you'll get frustrated, and when you get frustrated, that's how you fail. Just keep your mind in a positive setting. Keep yourself positive. Have patience with yourself, and you'll see your savings grow. And then, if you want something really special, let's say at Macy's or whatever, or I don't want to say the Tiffany and Company store, because I know they're pricey. I've been to one of their stores, and I know Macy's can be, even if it's somewhere like Target or Walmart or something on Amazon. Oh boy, I'd like to get this item, and I think I have it in change. Then you can take your change, put it in your bank checking account, make that purchase. I mean, it's one, and that feeling of that wonderful feeling you get knowing that you saved your money for that. And you can be proud of yourself knowing that you took the time to save the money for it. But anyway, I like to let you go. I'll try not to be a stranger. And I like to give a shout out to one of my favorite people here on YouTube. It's Mary Love Country Living. Hi, Mary. I miss ya. Keep up the good work. And another shout out goes out to Dina. Dina. I know you're not feeling that great. I've been watching your videos, and where I'm thinking about you here in Rhode Island. But this is Dawn on a cloudy New England day on a Saturday. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.